and significantly enhance our impact on the Sustainable Development Goals. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, by harnessing our diversity, we are committed to this vision through a potent mix of data, innovation, digital technology, foresight, and behavioral expertise. A dynamic integration we term the quintessence of change. This initiative is built upon a revitalized organizational culture dedicated to serving humanity, with a primary focus on today's children and youths who represent both the present and the future. I'm impressed with the call for action from the children. Congratulations. This exemplifies our united effort to put into action the 6 transformational strategies and investment that prop us towards achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. Our shared commitment focuses on fostering balanced and inclusive progress across economic, social, and environmental fronts. Relevant to this gathering, key investment pathways in education transformation, digital connectivity, climate action, and enhanced social protection are emphasized, all aimed at securing a brighter future for our children. Our setting today, supported by the government of Zimbabwe here in the iconic Victoria Falls, is a testament to our united resolve. We acknowledge the substantial effort by UNICEF Zimbabwe under the leadership of my colleague, Madam Etona Ikole, and the UNICEF Regional Office for East and Southern Africa for their pivotal role in bringing us together. These celebrations are far more than symbolic. They are a platform for children's participation as embodied in the Convention on the Rights of the Child. We aim to amplify children's voices, ensuring these voices are integral to policy and decision-making processes. Through the combined efforts of governments and partners, children have been at the front of this event, shaping a call to action to be presented to our heads of state. That has just been done by them. It is imperative to hold ourselves accountable to these young voices, ensuring alignment with international and regional framework, such as the Africa Charter on the Rights and Welfare of the Child. Excellency, distinguished guests, education is a cornerstone for societal transformation. It fosters peace, social justice, equity, and inclusivity. The theme, Educate and Skill the African Child for Prosperity, resonates powerfully with ongoing global initiatives, including the Sustainable Development Goals and the African Union Year of Education. Education equips children with the necessary tools to impact their communities positively, contributing to their development and prosperity. The Zimbabwe United Nations Development Cooperation Framework is pivotal in supporting Zimbabwe's National Development Strategy 1. By prioritizing quality education and human capital development, we align our efforts with both global and regional aspirations of inclusion, health, and social protection. We applaud the commendable engagement by the Zimbabwe First Lady, Her Excellency, Dr. Ozilia Managagwa, fostering a much-needed dialogue between children and leadership. Such initiatives are crucial for meaningful advocacy and policy shaping. As we embark on this journey, let us ensure that children's participation are at the forefront. Let us harness the energy, creativity, and vision of our youths to cultivate a development trajectory that respects and nurtures the right. In closing, I call upon all present, governments, the UN, development partners, and children themselves to turn these discussions into enduring actions. Let us commit to a Southern Africa where every child thrives, reflecting our steadfast commitment to the Southern African Development Community's goal for children. Thank you, Zimbabwe, for leading this initiative. And to our children, thank you for your inspiration and determination. Together, we stand your rights and your future. Your Excellencies, having done this job of mine for over 3 decades in different parts of the world, I am now convinced that development is an attitude. Why do I say this? It's an attitude, and for us to develop in a transformational way, we need to have empathy right at the center of our development discourse. It is a long time we have been waiting in Africa, and people have been saying they are sympathizing with Africa. No, no, no. It's an attitude, and what we need is empathy. Give us the possibility to relate to our purpose. Give us the possibility to own our opportunities, and give us the possibility to be able to lead our own discourse in life. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Kalon. Would all the chaperones make sure that the children are in one place? Because very soon I'll be calling the presidents and representatives of countries. Make sure there's no movement anywhere around where the children are now moving away from their seats. Your Excellency, may I now call upon Ms. Etleva Kadili. All the UNICEF representatives in the 7 countries are here to know how their director for Eastern and Southern Africa is going to pledge from what the children have articulated. Ms. Kadili, please.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister. Yeah, that's much better. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Honorable Minister. Your Excellency, President Mnangagwa, President of Republic of Zimbabwe. Your Excellency, President Boko, President of the Republic of Botswana. Honorable Minister Woimbu, Honorable Minister Mutwarwa, Deputy Prime Minister of Namibia, from Malawi, Honorable President from Mozambique, Mr. Chabalala, Acting Chief Director of Rights of Child, all ministers and dignitaries present here, the resident coordinator, the champions of children, all UNICEF representatives and UNICEF staff here, our beautiful children, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. It is a huge honor to be with all of you today and to speak on this critical issue of children's rights and education that brought all of us together. We must do our best to promote a productive, rights-respecting, and peaceful society where children can thrive and reach their full potential. As adults and duty bearers of children's rights, that is our role, and that's why we're all here for. Your Excellency, the President of Zimbabwe, may I first appreciate your generous hosting of this impressive event in this outstanding location of Victoria Falls. Having a special focus on education is also important not only for UNICEF, but to align with the African Union Year of Education. I would like to recognize today the dedicated funding Zimbabwe continues to put into education, which we all know is a fundamental right and a total push, a tool to fight against poverty. I also commend the country for advancing their heritage-based curriculum, which has resulted in enhanced quality, learning outcomes, and skills. Your Excellencies and invited guests, going beyond Zimbabwe, we must commend some important advances that have taken place across the countries in the region in the recent year. In Botswana, children are learning with digital tools. In Namibia is making schools more inclusive, and Zambia is creating safe space for children to protect them. South Africa has adopted a multi-year curriculum recovery plan to make up for learning losses during COVID-19. Mozambique has triple school attendance since year 2000 through a combination of extending mandatory term to 9 years and increasing exclusivity for children with special needs and disabilities. And last but not least, Malawi will be starting the pre-primary classes for children across the country from 2025. These efforts show that when leaders listen to children and act, they can make a huge difference. Your Excellency, I'm sure you know that we cannot stop here. It is still the case that across sub-Saharan Africa, 4 out of 5 children are unable to read a simple sentence at the age of 10. So we cannot be complacent. We must strive to ensure that all children are leaving school with adequate education and skills that are needed to help them thrive and make their contribution to the society and the economy. Now, I would like to address to our beautiful children from across the countries, because you are the reason why we're here. I know you have been consulting for many months, and you have told us about the big challenges you face. In education, there are limited school supplies, long walks to school, and teachers who are stretched too thin. Many of the girls mention how hard it is to go to school without access to proper hygiene supplies. Despite these challenges, it is inspiring that so many of you want to help change the schools and make a better participation and make the school improvements that will help you. We adults, as duty bearers, need to hear children and redouble our efforts to give you the best possible chance for a brighter future. Something else I want to say, education is not just about reading and math. It is about finding of what is your passion, about what you want to become, about the skills that will make a difference in the world. Imagine a world where every child has access to quality education, where each of you can be anything you dream, starting from scientists to artists to presidents and everything you want. That's the world we are working towards, and each of you is part of making that happen. So, as we work together to make things better, remember this: your voices matter. Every time you speak up, you help create a world where all children can learn, grow, and feel safe. So I'm very excited to hear from you today, and pleased to know that I'm taking notes that we are not stopping here, but this is a journey of joint efforts to arrive to where you want. Thank you again to the government of Zimbabwe for hosting us in this beautiful location, and thank you to all for listening. And children, keep up your dreams. The sky is the limit. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Regional Director for Eastern and Southern Africa, representing UNICEF. Your Excellencies, now the guide children waiting for what they wish, what they want, where they want to go, and it is my pleasure to invite responses from you, the leaders, our leaders, and I will start with the response from the President of the Zimbabwe, His Excellency Advocate Duma Boko. Your Excellency, say.
Please be seated. Oh, what a joy, what a blessing it is to be in the country of innocence, of brilliance, and of pure beauty in these children. Thank you so very much. Let me gratefully acknowledge and thank the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, President Emmerson Mnangagwa, for hosting us here today. Let me also acknowledge humbly and thank all the representatives of the countries that are part of this initiative and acknowledge them warmly. Thank and acknowledge the United Nations, acknowledge UNICEF, and thank you, every single one of you, individually and personally. Thank you so much. I sat there listening and listening attentively to our children. They spoke eloquently. They spoke passionately. They spoke with astringent clarity. They placed before us all their demands, their expectations. They handed to us their pleas and their conjurations about the present, and they defined in no uncertain terms a future that is spectacularly different from what they are experiencing today. I heard them. I understood them. They spoke to me. They spoke to my heart. I must state here and now, I agree entirely with everything that you've said. I make the solemn pledge and commitment to you today that your demands, your aspirations shall be mine to embrace, mine to carry out together with you. I know you make these demands because you feel that we have fallen short. And indeed we have. We may have tried. Maybe you feel some exasperation that we did not try hard enough, or that we are not trying hard enough. I pledge to you today that we will intensify all efforts to meet and satisfy the demands, the expectations that you've placed before us today. And I hope that in doing so, you will be there with us. When I spoke with my president from Botswana, the young lady of such amazing eloquence, wondrous brilliance, I said to her, I will make myself available so that anytime she wants to engage with me, she wants to have a meeting with me, she wants to talk to me, I will avail myself. and to all of you, especially those from Botswana, you know, you always say it. I want you to say it even more loudly each time we meet. You must say, "That's my boy." Because I'm indeed your boy, ready to carry out these demands, these aspirations, ready to work with you. So thank you so much. Thank you very, very much.
I want to thank the President, His Excellency, the President of Botswana, for his remarks. May I now call upon the Honorable Deputy Prime Minister of the Republic of Namibia, Honorable John Mtorwa, to come and respond to the children's call. Honorable Deputy Prime Minister.
Thank you. Your Excellency, Dr. Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, President of the Republic of Zimbabwe.
With its profound topography, Mogonye village in the southern district is nestled among the great warriors of the south who brought the intruders to their knees using simple technologies like rolling stones were known to inhabit hilly areas. The hills played an important role in helping defend Botswana against enemies, at the same time providing them with shelter and vegetation rich in medicinal value. In that way, each generation learned new ways of adapting to the environment. The hills became another important source of water for both people and their livestock during drought years. Here lies the spirits of men and women who traversed inaccessible landscapes, discovering breathtaking natural wonders. They traveled through the vast, dense, and impenetrable outback. 2 kilometers into the bush to the west of the village, a chain of hills rise, depriving one of sunlight and turning day into dusk. Throughout the year, the weird creatures of this locality are guaranteed a drop of water, a fruit, and above all, a home. This is perhaps their promised land, the biblical land that flows with milk and honey. The hills harbor thousands of residents, both big and small. These are the usual residents and perhaps the gatekeepers to the most precious cultural heritage sites. During winter, many of these residents go into hibernation to avoid extreme cold. However, there are those that defy seasonal change by staying awake, alert, and sometimes singing choruses. Khopuyankwe, which translates to the leopard's gorge, is a gorgeous creation carved out of rock by nature's unthinkable making. It is hidden uphill and not easily accessible. The gorge is not known to many and truly not meant for the faint-hearted. It is believed that dangerous leopards lived here since time immemorial. This is the view from inside the gorge. To get here, a narrow path meanders through the dense forest with tangled and twisted branches that impede smooth navigation. The vegetation is dense and green throughout the year. This is one of the wonders of Mogonye village, carefully carved and crafted to support the flora and fauna of this hidden community. The impression one gets is that of a film set. It is believed that water drawn from here is holy and can be used for curing many disorders. Fortune seekers come here for prayers and a bottle of water. Mogonye residents say there are supernatural powers that keep guard of this gorge. There are claims of individuals who experienced the unthinkable in the past. As a result, visitors are advised to seek guidance from the village trust to avoid unfortunate incidents. It is anybody's guess as to what happens here during the rainy season.
Boa was powerful stella with them. Well, Gumara. Or so Santa Tabola Casarani.